Sheriff, thanks for being here.
You bet.
Can I get your initial reactions?
Relief, I think. I'm glad. The community, I think, is glad that he's been found, apparently.
Mm-hmm. And earlier, one of our reporters said that the sheriff there in Chelan County was slightly optimistic that the remains are those of Decker, which is an unusual way to phrase that. What do you make of that?
Well, it is and it isn't. I mean, no sheriff wants to be wrong. Mm-hmm. So I think he's kind of hedging his bets. And the reality is the police never positively identify someone like that. It always comes from the coroner's office. So the Chelan County coroner will have the final say about whether this is Travis Decker or not.
That said, can you give us your insight into when you do make a preliminary finding like that, how likely is it that authorities, have an inkling one way or the other?
Typically, it's much more than an inkling.
Okay.
Typically, they're going to know. And I'm based on what I've read about the case, I'm pretty confident this is Decker.
And the remains that we're talking about were found in a very remote region south of Leavenworth. What kind of location challenges arise when you have a very difficult terrain like that?
Well, simply, it's out in the middle of the woods.
Mm-hmm.
It's at 4,000 feet. It's about 2,000 feet higher than where the children were killed. So it's not along a trail. It's not on a road. They could only get there via helicopter, rappelling out of the helicopter. So it's very tough to get to.
And we have heard that they're expediting the results from the DNA testing and that we could receive those at some point tonight. How typical is something like that to just get it quickly moving? That's
pretty atypical. When you're identifying a dead body, when you're not identifying a suspect that could be committing other crimes, it tends to go to the bottom of the list. Clearly, the State Patrol has put this at the top of the list, probably thanks to Sheriff Morrison, and the fact that they've got a tremendous amount of resources, state, local, federal, out there at this scene, and they want to be able to cut them loose. So it's really appropriate that the remains will be identified as quickly as apparently they will be.
And tremendous public interest in this case as well, right?
Yes.
That has to go a long way.
Tremendous public interest, and hopefully now, once he is identified, we never have to say his name again. It's done, it's over, and forget about it.
I think so many people can relate to that feeling. What comes next? We get those DNA results. Where does the case go from here?
Case will be closed.
Done.
Case will be closed. It'll be done. They've identified the suspect. He's been charged with 3 counts of homicide, 3 counts of kidnapping. So they know who did it. Now they know where he is. They know he's dead. That's the end of it.
Former King County Sheriff John Urquhart, thanks so much for being here and all of your analysis throughout this case, because we have been following it for quite some time. And again, we are hoping a resolution tonight, but we of course are just waiting for those results.